Lù. Hello everyone. Tonight is the last night where we can have a chance to have a Dharma talk and learn from each other, and hopefully learn a little bit from Master Hsuan Hua's teachings as well. So I'm glad to have all of you here. First of all, since the last night, I want to first recognize the contribution of some people. In particular, we should be all grateful for the hard work that a lot of people put in to prepare the slides and transcribe and translate Master Hsuan Hua's Dharma talks from his ChánShī that was organized around the early 1970s. So I'm very grateful. I learned a lot. I listened to this file once, about 25 years, about 2001, I guess, 2003. So it's about 2003. I listened to this once, and my tape recorder was on cassette tape. It was such a bad quality. I missed a lot of information. So to be able for them to gather all this information, and I'm discovering a lot more information than before. So I'm very grateful. I really love it. So thank you. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart. And you work very hard. A lot of people work every night and make a lot of sacrifices to contribute. So we're very grateful. On behalf of everyone, we're very grateful. Thank you. We may be a small temple, and there aren't a lot of people here or who follow or practice with us, but it is, in a way, it's very intimate of an atmosphere. I see how relaxed you all are, this ChánShī here, and how warm and welcoming you are to the people who come to attend, whether it's for a few hours or for a few days or a week and so forth. So keep it up. That's our spirit. The ChánShī here is not about only developing your concentration power, to increase your concentration. The purpose of doing meditation is, yes, of course, is to increase your samadhi, your concentration. However, to increase concentration alone is not enough. Okay? If you only practice meditation to increase concentration, then you're not different from, is no different from practicing, let's say, Qigong, martial arts, Tai Chi, and so forth. Okay? If the purpose of we getting together here and a lot of people supporting us and making a lot of sacrifices again is in order to open your wisdom. And part of your wisdom ultimately is something that I see it in you. That is, when you have wisdom, you become kinder and you become more compassionate. Okay? I used to go to temples where they have a lot going for themselves, they have great teachers, they have a great reputation, great support and everything else. But what's lacking in those places is kindness and compassion. And that's the identity that you developed, okay? And it shows on how you treat the people who come here to our temple. So keep it up. That I'm very happy and very proud of. The fact that you understand that if you improve your concentration, if you do it right, then you become kinder and more compassionate. Now, if some of you have noticed, it came to my attention that even though you're in this environment where your co-cultivator are kind and compassionate towards others, but there's one thing that is fundamental to practicing Chan meditation is what? Is to have a straight mind. If your mind is tortuous, if your mind is not direct, you're only doing yourself a disservice. You are at the environment here where no one is expecting anything out of you. We're not trying to get your money, we're not trying to get your admiration, your adoration, your respect. We simply are meditating, okay? And you can afford to be very direct. Normally, in the world, we cannot be direct. You cannot be direct because it's offensive to people. In a temple environment, okay, you have to learn to be more direct. Okay, and that's going to help you progress a lot quicker. Okay, there's no problem in this world that cannot be addressed. There's no problem you have that cannot be addressed, except death. Okay, that we can't help you. If that's a problem, then we can help you. The next best thing is help you get to the Pure Land. Okay, but other than death, what is a big deal? Why do you have to be so fearful? You're not direct because you're afraid of the truth, of your truth, that people will see your truth. Okay? It's not necessary. Okay? Right now is a time when you practice Chan meditation. It's a time to bare yourself and say, this is who I am. Okay? Hurt me. Take advantage of me. Drink my tea. Okay? But it's perfectly okay to be direct. All right? Any questions or comments? There's a couple of questions here. Blue.
I would like to correct what I said wrong yesterday. Yesterday, Master asked the question, you said that Venerable Hsuan Hua repeats himself, and you asked why is that?
Yes.
What I said, it was his personal style.
Right.
And I think it's incorrect. Afterwards, I had a discussion with Vicky, and she had the suggestion is Hsuan Hua speaks according to the audience level. And I verified this. I verified that by listening to his other talks. And,
Could you repeat that, please? I think we have some audio problems. Okay, it has to go point at your, yeah.
Is it good now?
Yeah, it's better.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sorry. So basically, Vicky said, Master Hsuan Hua speaks according to the audience level. And that was true. I verified by listening to his other talks. For example, his ChánShī talk, he doesn't repeat himself. and he speaks slowly. But when he went to Taiwan, speak to a more advanced audience, he used more sophisticated words, and even the speed of his talking is much faster. So I would like to make the correction. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the clarification. It's true. My master, as a great teacher, he teaches according to the audience, to the participants, to the listeners, and therefore, usually from I ask you, but my understanding is that when he repeats it, it's for emphasis. It's because he notices that people are really not paying attention, so he repeats it for the sake of the audience. Okay. Number two, what I also meant, I didn't bother to clarify, is the tone and the pitch in this particular, the last 2 weeks we listened to me is very casual. Okay, extremely casual. Whereas the things he taught sounded really simple but very profound. Okay, so I think it's also by design as well. That is, if you know the depth of your teaching, then you tend to demonstrate the depth by making not a big deal out of it. Does it make sense? Okay. He says, what I'm saying here is really not a big deal. It's the attitude. Okay. And that's why he sounded so casual. But that's very, very to me, for myself personally, I like that because it's really not a big deal. Meaning what? If you don't get the depth, it's no big deal. You get the depth, it's no big deal either. Right? So ultimately, if people don't get it, it's no big deal. People get it, they will find out it's really no big deal either. It's so cool. And that's so Hsuan Hua-ish. Okay? All right. I don't know if it makes sense to you, but it's no big deal. All right, Internet has a question.
Is complete honesty and bluntness a straight mind?
What is a straight mind? Is it bluntness or is it honesty? Help me out. What is a straight mind? What is a straight mind? Yes, Green.
Master, is a straight mind clarity?
Clarity, okay. It's clarity. What else? What else is it? What is a straight mind? What's a straight mind? Okay, let me rephrase it for you. What isn't a straight mind? I know you know that. You can answer me either as what is straight mind or what isn't a straight mind. How's that? Black. Okay.
To my way of thinking, straight mind is the truth.
Is the truth. Excellent. The truth. Okay. The straight mind is the truth. You don't try to massage it, right? The truth, is it fair to say the truth is whatever you're thinking? Whatever you know, whatever you believe, you spit it out. You don't try to massage it, to not offend people, not to sell to people. Okay? Is that fair to say? The truth doesn't need to be massaged. The truth doesn't need to be enhanced. The truth doesn't need to be decreased so that it reduces its sharp edges. Okay? The truth is the truth, whatever it is that you know, you believe to be true. Yes? And yet, we are too sophisticated. We know all that, we believe all that. And yet, because of social norms, because of expectations, because of external pressure, because internal pressure, meaning what? We like to be liked. We do not like to be disliked. Yes? All those things, all that sophistication, okay, makes you less direct, less truthful, if you will. Am I correct? Okay, so the straight mind is a mind that does not try to hide, to deny. The straight mind is whatever you're thinking is whatever you're saying. Okay? Regardless of the consequences. You may be wrong. We're not talking about a wise mind or deep mind or an infallible mind. We're talking about a straight mind. Is it clear? We're not saying you're right. It's not saying that you have wisdom. We're simply saying that whatever you're thinking, spit it out. Don't try to disguise it. Don't try to defend yourself. Don't try to don't be afraid that it will offend, that it will be that you will be judged, that you will not be liked anymore. Don't be so fearful. Let go of those fears. Let go of that pettiness. Okay? Be free. Okay? If they judge you, so be it. Does it help? Thank you very much. Okay? So just lower your guards. No walls. Let go. Okay? Because here, no one's going to judge you. And you see that by doing that, you shed so much luggage. You shed so much unnecessary things that society expects from you, expects from us. We can be free. We can be lighter. No need for self-defense. No fear to be judged. No seeking to be liked. All right? Any other questions or comments? All right. I can spend more time, but I was to talk to you. If whatever I want to say can be summarized as the meditation is something you can see results for. Okay. There's this methodology, this way of practicing meditation, this environment of meditation, the people who are meditating here. You see this very, very unique environment where you can be yourself and practice and not worry about anything else but applying efforts. And because of that, you see results for yourself. Your health will improve. You become more patient. You become more of a pleasant person. Eventually, there's this invisible weaving of your DNA, of your makeup, where you become naturally kinder and more compassionate. Okay? So it's natural. But don't forget the big picture. That is, all this is to help you open your ultimate wisdom that you're capable of, or whatever you call it. We call it ultimate wisdom, called a state of Buddha wisdom. Okay, call it whatever a name you want to. It doesn't matter to us. But the sky's the limit. You ultimately uncover your wisdom, so that you know true happiness, true bliss, true peace. So what you're experiencing, you're progressing towards is the peaceful feeling you experience will increase as you improve. Okay? The bliss or the happiness that you experience here in your heart, okay, in your mind, will keep on increasing. Okay? Until you reach the ultimate, where it's really indescribable. Okay? That's the purpose, the ultimate purpose of Chan is that. And our people, it's not just call a spade. Our people, in our lineage, and so many of us who experience that already. Okay? It's a proven approach to practicing meditation. Okay? It's kind of wonderful. However, most of us will not make it, and therefore I usually on my last day, I like to remind all of you that it's very difficult to reach that state. That's the ultimate state of freedom, of being independent, being at ease wherever you are, being peaceful and happy, no matter what. Okay, they come and stab you and they cut off your arm, you're still happy. How is that? They come and take your wife, you're still happy. For your wife, I mean. I'm kidding. Okay, so it's so wonderful. You're so free. Okay, so that's why I started by telling you, be straightforward. Don't be afraid. You planted the seeds for that ultimate lack of fear. Okay, of being at ease wherever you are, of self-mastery wherever you are. No matter what the circumstances are, whether you're poor, whether you're hungry, you're still happy. Okay? Whether you're rich, you're still happy. Okay? Of course, if you're rich, you can be happier, we think. When I become rich, I will tell you. Okay? For now, I can only imagine it. So it's got a wonderful state. So it's worth shooting for, because it's many iterations. It's not easy to get there, and for us, we know, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas know that it takes many lifetimes, many iterations. It's not, for most of us, it's not going to be this lifetime, right? So that's why I remind you that if you're not going to be able, you feel you won't be able to experience that in this lifetime, then the next best thing is at the end of your life to go to the Western Bliss Pureland. Is the best place for all of us to go next. Don't be so short-sighted like the modern era people are. They only see this lifetime. It's very short-sighted. It's got to be more than that. Otherwise, this doesn't make sense. Okay? So plan for next lifetime. Okay? So if you can't make it, you can't become enlightened, whatever you want to call it, then I highly recommend you need to plan to go to the Pure Land, just in case. Okay? Where you be safe, where you have total freedom to go anywhere you please. You go to Western Bliss Pure Land and you feel like traveling to the Bahamas. I'd love to go there. I keep on hearing about it, reading about it, dreaming about it. Okay, maybe not in this lifetime. But then you go to the Pure Land with Amitabha Buddha's help, you can go anywhere in this universe. Okay? You won't be stuck in a cruise boat off the Pacific coast anywhere, somewhere for months because of the COVID-19. Okay? You're free to go as you please. Okay? Anywhere in this universe. Okay? Just to go take a look. So I can't wait. Maybe I promised myself that I don't make it to see the Bahamas this lifetime. I definitely plan to go to the Pure Land so that I can see it next lifetime. Okay? So think about that, and it's very, very good choice, good future planning. All right, any questions? If not, then instead of me, you listening to my nonsense, my words really carry little meaning. We have a chance to listen for a little while about the great Master Hsuan Hua's words of wisdom, if you wish, unless you have questions. We have Pink Bear Paws from Korea.
We have some new people to introduce to me.
안녕하세요.
We met some here.
Wow. There's so many of them in Korea. Wow, look at that. Did you see that on the screen? It seems like there are as many there as there are here. See, look at our temple. There's more people there in Korea than people here in our temple. Look at that.
He's a teacher. 조성주.
안녕하세요. Welcome. All right.
M5 came.
Oh, that's M5 in the back. Hello, M5. That's the nickname I gave her.
She came back.
안녕하세요. All right.
The
Yes.
troublemaker is sleeping.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all for coming. Let's learn from Master Hsuan Hua, shall we? I really have nothing to offer you. I can't compete with him. He's so cool. Okay, let's continue. Up slide 117.
到果庭寺又遇到一个奇怪的人，这谁呢？师德。遇到这个师德。
He arrived at the National Purity Temple and met another strange person. Who was that? ShíDé. He met ShíDé.
舍得 Oh, 舍得 ShíDé. It's interesting because those of you who missed the last night's lecture, last night Dharma talk, So this is a story about the story of the founder of our Chan lineage, the WeiYang Chan lineage, which is really a genius, a incredible being who came to our world. He's a great Bodhisattva who came to our world to teach us, to help us out. So he to reveal, bring all those wonderful secrets of the universe and to train us, so he was born as a boy, to his parents, and then he finally shaved his head, and now he arrived at the big temple in China after he became fully ordained at the age around 23, I believe. And then he arrived at this Guoqing temple. It's a national purity temple in China back then. It's a huge national temple. And he met ShíDé. ShíDé, I believe ShíDé is, now it brings back a memory. ShíDé is either one of the two great bodhisattvas, either Manjushri or Universal Worthy. Universal Worthy is Universal Worthy Bodhisattva, which is a great Bodhisattva, which is an incarnation of one of the Buddhas. Okay, so what happened is that, as you will notice in the next couple of slides, now I remember because I was wondering why is that such a short duration. He met with this monk here, who asked this monk, what is it I've been wondering about, the teaching from another Chan master, I don't get it. And ShíDé says, don't worry, just think about it, eventually you will. And then he disappeared. He never really did anything else. So you see that the great monk, LíngYòu, the founder of our lineage, is an extraordinary person. He gets all kinds of gentle prodding, all kinds of gentle preparation for him to eventually blossom. So we may not be able to go very far, but let me tell you, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of cooperation, it takes a lot of people to pitch in, just like it took so many of you to pitch in to prepare for these slides and these teachings. Okay, continue, please.
He就告诉那个师德说是，他遇到怎么样一个人，这个人告诉他。
He then told ShíDé that he met such and such a person. This person told him,
千山万水，遇潭则止，得无价宝，賑卹诸子。
passing numerous mountains and rivers, stop once you encounter the deep pond. When you attain priceless treasure, assist and comfort all beings.
No, actually it's not when, you will. Te here is not when. You will. Te is you attain. But this is a prediction, so you interpret it as you will, not when. Okay, it's okay. I noticed it last night, but I didn't bother. All right, so this is a prediction. This is a great sage. It says, he looks at you and says, this is what I see is going to happen down the road. So they have these spiritual visions. Like some of you told me your vision, you told me vision of the Pure Land, you told me visions of the hells and so forth. This person here is very practical. He says, this young monk is an outstanding monk, and I see his future. In the future, you will go to many mountain and rivers, and you will stop at a deep pond. And then, as you stop there, in time, you stop there, meaning you meditate there, in time you will attain priceless treasure. And then you will assist and aid and comfort so many living beings down the road. So it's a prediction, if you will. So this is what Buddhas and great Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, they do for you. They say, I give you a prediction. This is what is called a prediction in Buddhism. Okay? No, not a sales pitch. It's a prediction, so that it's a encouragement, if you will. Okay? You're on the right path. If you keep it up, you will end up being there. This lifetime. All right? Continue.
他也不明白这个意思。咱们识得说哦，
But he didn't understand the meaning. Then ShíDé said,
你不明白这意思，你慢慢就明白了。你现在去在这修行了，用功了。
Oh, you don't understand this meaning. Eventually you will get it. Now you just cultivate here. Just apply efforts.
他就在这参禅习定，和这个识得也非常的有缘。他们天天呢在一起。
Thus, he stayed there to investigate Chan and practice Samadhi. He had very good affinity with ShíDé. They were together every day.
So you see, remember last night we talked about the fact that LíngYòu, Venerable LíngYòu, as a young monk, he learned about the foundation of Buddhism, which is the rules of morality, and he practiced asceticism, meaning he really applied efforts to the extreme. Okay, there's a way to do that in the Buddhist way, that is, paves the way for you to develop a lot of things. Okay, so that's why this great Master LíngYòu will later have such a great attainment because of all these preparations. Okay, the foundation is the knowledge about what's right and wrong, the good and the bad. Okay, and then you abandon yourself. You don't, asceticism is you don't seek comfort. You don't seek gains or advantages for yourself. Okay, so it's ingrained in his brains. But then he doesn't have Chan skills. Okay, if you know about right and wrong, if you work hard and you make sacrifices, it doesn't mean you have the skills to develop samadhi. That you can, samadhi or meditation is in Buddhism, that's the most important skill set to develop people, to develop talents in our world. Okay, so what happens? So after this preparation, all these years, he spent years preparing for this. As a lay person, as a left-home person, okay? So he studied precepts for 3 or 4 years, and then he became a novice at the age of 20. He studied some more, and then at the age of 23, he became fully ordained monk. So he had all these years of preparation. But what? No Chan skills at those temples, okay? Which is a good thing, in a way. Because they're not specialists in practicing Chan, so he doesn't walk around and say, I have 7 years of Chan meditation. That's what people tend to do. They say, I have 7 years of Chan meditation. You have 1 year, what do you know? So now, you see how it's being prepared. It's so exciting, because now I have all these details I didn't have before. Before I only have a little bit of, of all these things, because again, the tapes I listened to, very poor quality tapes. Cook tossed me like $50 to buy the cassette tape player. We played about 100 hours and it went kaput. I had to buy another one. So anyway, what's interesting here is that now I'm discovering that all this preparation has a gaping hole that meditation skills. Okay? So in terms of preparation, his preparation is much better than my master's, Master Hsuan Hua's preparation even. So he had this foundation, and now he went to Gojing, that temple, the big temple. He met a obscure monk that does nothing all day, but what hanged out with him. And what did? So he practiced, he meditated with ShíDé every day. So ShíDé, in other words, you don't get it. But to me now I say, aha, it's my aha moment. I say, oh, so this great Bodhisattva came there, went to that temple as an obscure monk to train him in Chan meditation. Isn't that fantastic? You see, to form a great master, you see how much work is involved. How many people need to be involved in this process? So even the great Bodhisattva had to come and teach him every day. He sat with him every day. My gosh, I would love to do that. I mean, I said, but of course, I don't have the blessings. Too stupid anyway. So you have a great Bodhisattva who's a Buddha who comes and says, hey, let's meditate together every day. And then they stand up, of course, LíngYòu back then, Master LíngYòu back then couldn't sit for very long. So he said, oh, it hurts too much. And ShíDé said, it's okay. You hang in there. Sit maybe 20 seconds longer. If you can handle 20 seconds, how about 30 seconds longer? What about 2 minutes longer? Okay? So ShíDé actually brought him along and taught him and trained him and gave him samadhi power. Can you imagine you have a Buddha, a great Bodhisattva coming to teach you Chan meditation? I drop everything. I give away everything. I go there in a flash. It's so cool. No wonder later he became such a great teacher. All right, so they were together every day. So ShíDé went there just to train Master LíngYòu every day. Sat together. Isn't that cool? So, by the way, who you sit with is of utmost importance right here, right there. Okay? And then after they stood up, and they're still together, talking, eating, gabbing, gossiping, all those things. That's how you train great men in Buddhism, great leaders in Buddhism. Now, going back to my point made earlier, imagine that since we miss all that, okay? Imagine that you go to the Pureland, okay, Western Bliss Pureland at the end of this life. That's what Amitabha Buddha will do for you. He will teach you every day. How is that? Okay, and by the way, if some of you are thinking of killing yourself to go there sooner, don't. Amitabha Buddha does not train wimps. Okay? All right, continue, please. You see, so isn't it exciting? Then you're listening to my gabbing for the next half hour and say, yeah, geez, I can give you a lot of BS, but this is such incredible information that I didn't have before. Go on, please.
们在一起以后，他听说这个百丈禅师
He's another great
在
Chinese
洪州大
master.
雄山
BǎiZhàng is very, very like the great masters in Chan. Yeah. Good.
Then, after studying together, he heard about this Chan master BǎiZhàng at HóngZhōu Mount Daxiong,
Probably ShíDé told him. Yeah.
Mount Great Hero.
Yeah. Okay. Continue. This is exciting. We'll see the next part. 弘扬这个潮汐的正脉，于是乎，他在这个时候就到这个百丈禅师那个会下。
was propagating this CáoXī's orthodox lineage. Then, at that time, he went under Chan Master BǎiZhàng's assembly.
And let me explain to you. CáoXī here is the place where the Sixth Patriarch, another illuminary Buddhist monk, okay, I feel he's got to be a Buddha. So that's where he was teaching. So he's teaching the Sudden Enlightenment. Okay. The CáoXī, when you hear CáoXī, is Sudden Enlightenment teaching. Okay, this is way before any lineage. WeiYang, LíngYòu, the Chan lineages, that's later. CáoXī is the umbrella above that. Okay? CáoXī is it's a Sixth Patriarch. Not Cao Dong. Cao Dong is one of the lineages later, much lower level. Yeah. Continue.
会下，也就是他法座之下。一到这儿呢，这个百丈禅师就对他特别好。
Under the assembly means under his Dharma seat. Once arrived here, this Chan Master BǎiZhàng was really nice to him.
就叫他做什么呢？做点坐。什么叫点坐呢？
What did he ask him to do? He asked him to be DiǎnZuò, which is kitchen manager.
Okay, so let me explain to you what's going on. Okay. So ShíDé trained him, taught him Chan meditation. Okay, and then he gave him the skills of Chan meditation, because it turns out later on BǎiZhàng is a great teacher, but he doesn't teach Chan that well. Okay, he's a great teacher, but he doesn't really teach you Chan. The proof is that later his own disciples he formed didn't make it. Okay? This is why this is later we have a Master LíngYòu has go out and found our lineages because frankly I feel he became better than BǎiZhàng. Okay. Anyway, so my point is this. So ShíDé taught him the fundamentals of Chan meditation and helped him, sat with him every day. Meaning, every day, okay, he helped him and resolve all the obstructions in Chan practices. So that's why Master LíngYòu improved so quickly. Okay, it's not clear here how long he was with ShíDé. I doubt it's more than 1 or 2 years. I doubt it very much. The Bodhisattvas like ShíDé, they're very busy. They don't have time for people like us. Okay, you're lucky that you have 5 minutes at a time, let alone a year. Okay, so he trained him and he taught him Chan. He helped him develop Samadhi and taught him about Chan skills. So he saw how ShíDé trained him. Is that clear? Okay, because he's there every day. He said, "Hey, my heart hurts. What do I do?" ShíDé said, "Well, don't worry. This is what you do." And then he said, "Oh, my leg hurts. Oh, don't worry. Here's what you do," and so forth. So all day, ShíDé help him overcome these problems. Don't be afraid. Okay, if you die, go to the Pureland. What's the big deal? Okay, I'd like to go to Pureland, but I can't go yet. Okay, so anyway, so ShíDé is the one who trained me. This is so exciting. Now it makes sense to me why LíngYòu finally became who he became, because someone taught him. ShíDé taught him. So by the time he got to BǎiZhàng, because ShíDé said, "Okay, I'm done with you. Go away. I don't have time for you anymore. You cannot absorb what I'm teaching you anymore." You understand that? If you can absorb it, they will teach you. Got to the point, LíngYòu said, "Oh, it's too much. It's too much. I need a break." So ShíDé said, "Okay, I know. Go to BǎiZhàng and work." Can you see that? It's so beautiful. So when he got to BǎiZhàng Dharma assembly, and BǎiZhàng is a pure monk, he's not that strong in meditation. He's strong in organizing temples. He's strong in structuring a Chan temple. For the first time in the history of Chinese Chan, finally he got someone called BǎiZhàng who came and said, "This is how a temple is going to be run in order for you to train people in the future." Monks never learn how to run temples. You know that? They're not leaders. They don't know about how, income or expenses. You know that? Monks are very stupid. They just spend money, at least in my experience. So BǎiZhàng came along and said, this is how you bring in revenues. This is how you control expenses. This is how you invite Dharma masters. This is how you need to structure ourselves in order to have a temple that can handle a lot of people, who can train a lot of people, and who can provide shelters for a lot of people to practice. Because you need the shelter, you need the protection in order for you to develop, just like our children need a shelter from us. Our children need food from us. They need clothing from us. They need medicine from us in order to grow up. Monks too need that as well. And BǎiZhàng's role back then in history of Chinese Chan, Chinese Buddhism, is the one who organized it. He trained us to later become CEOs, if you will. Okay? So BǎiZhàng is very unusual of a monk. But his meditation skills are not that great, in my humble opinion. Because as soon he saw Venerable LíngYòu come, what did he do? He said, "Whoa, talent is finally coming to my temple. I've been training these people, and they're getting nowhere." So immediately, he designated LíngYòu as a kitchen manager, which is like one of the powerful positions in the temple, in the structure that he organized, he created. The DiǎnZuò is a very powerful position because He has a budget, okay? He's in charge of, as far as I know, of receiving donations from people, okay, in terms of money and food donations, because he's in charge of making sure that all the residents are fed. That's very important to us. In our environment, we need food to cultivate. Not too much of it, not too little of it, not too spicy, okay? Not too sour, not too bitter, okay? Not too old, not too good, okay? It's complicated. So the DiǎnZuò position is one of the positions of, like, if you will, the executive branch. Huh? So immediately he came, and BǎiZhàng says, okay, you're among my executive team. Okay. Can you see how it all fits together now? That Master LíngYòu came there with the skill set, with the foundation, with the training of Chan already, from ShíDé. I hope that someone will come and train you as well. All right? Okay, continue, please. We don't have much time left. It's such a long story. Okay.
禅坐就是啊，每一天呢，叫这个厨师啊，做什么菜，做什么饭，比如。
DiǎnZuò tells the chef what dishes and meals to cook every day.
今天有20个人，他给他20碗米。
For example, today there are 20 people, then he will give the chef 20 bowls of rice.
有30个人，他给他30碗米，叫他预备什么菜，今天。
There are 30 people, he will give him 30 bowls of rice and tell him what dishes to prepare.
有人来，没有人来，人多人少，这都由DiǎnZuò来指挥这个做饭的，这叫DiǎnZuò。
Today somebody came or nobody came, more people came or less people came. The DiǎnZuò directs the chef. This is called DiǎnZuò.
So you see, this person here handles a lot of people, is responsible for making a lot of people content, happy, because monks, I don't know what your experience has been, they complain a lot. And if you don't make them happy, they change temple. They say, I'm going to go to the other temple. They give me more money, they give me better food, and cars and so forth. So DiǎnZuò, usually the first point of contact of these people need to be happy every day. The tummy has to be happy. Okay, if they're not happy, that's the source of all the complaints. Okay, so you. From a management perspective, DiǎnZuò has to be able to take a lot of crap, if you will. People complain. His chef complains, his people underneath him complain, who work for him complain, and then his customers complain, his bosses complain. Okay, so you can see why the DiǎnZuò needs so much kung fu to be able to handle the stress. Okay. Without cracking up, without cracking. Okay? Go on. That's why these people, this DiǎnZuò must have kung fu. And that's why BǎiZhàng picked him up right away and said, you do DiǎnZuò. Let's see how much pressure you can take.
你看那个做饭的呢，就叫饭头；烧火的呢，就叫火头。
You see, the one who cooks meal is called rice head, meal head. The one who tends the fire is called fire head.
煲茶的呢叫水头，这都有个头。
The one who makes tea is called water head. They all have a head.
So these are supervisors and managers. And this guy here, a very young monk, in early 20s, he went over there, became a boss of all these big shots. Okay? You see how extraordinary LíngYòu became from the training of ShíDé. Just like that. Continue.
他就是做点座，这个点座呢，就是管着这些个头的，这些个头都要归他管。
Then he worked as DiǎnZuò. This DiǎnZuò is to manage these heads. These heads were all managed by him.
Yeah. So that means that he's got to be 4 Stage Arhat at this stage. Go on.
那么有的时候这火头要懒了，他就去帮着烧火。
Then sometimes, if this fire head was lazy, he would go help tendering the fire.
有的时候这水头要是不做工了、罢工了，他就去做水头。
If sometimes this water head was not working, on strike, he would be the water head.
饭头要是没睡醒觉呢，帮他做饭。
If the rice head didn't wake up from sleeping, he would help him cook the meal.
所以呀，他做这些工作啊，因为做火头要烧火，他就拨火啊，一拨这火就开悟了。
So he did this work because the fire head needs to tender the fire. Then he would prod the fire. Oh, once prodding the fire, he suddenly enlightened.
拨着火，烧火，烧火，他开悟了。他说原来这么回事。
Prodding this fire, tending the fire, and he was enlightened. He said, so that's what it is.
The story behind it.
That's the commentary I found on the next page. Is the commentary I found on the JǐngDé ChuánDēng Lù. So it is not in Master Hsuan Hua's recording.
Yeah. But that comes from the interchange here between Master BǎiZhàng and Master LíngYòu.
Right.
BǎiZhàng helped him. Go on. It's a good part. We go through this part and then we'll stop.
There's no recording because it's from JǐngDé ChuánDēng Lù.
Oh, this section here?
Yeah, it's commentary.
Oh, okay. So.
I can read it, should I?
Yeah, you can read it. This is a good part. This is a very good. So this is what happened is Master BǎiZhàng helped LíngYòu, taught him.
One day, Chan Master LíngYòu was standing beside Chan Master BǎiZhàng to serve. Chan Master BǎiZhàng asked, "Who?" Chan Master LíngYòu said, "LíngYòu." Chan Master BǎiZhàng asked, "Are there still embers in the stove?" Chan Master LíngYòu immediately prodded the stove and answered, "No ember." Chan Master BǎiZhàng didn't believe him, thus stood up himself. He prodded the stove with a fire poker deeply and discovered some scattered little ember. He picked it up and showed it to Chan Master LíngYòu, said, "You said there is none of this ember." At the moment of that sentence, Chan Master LíngYòu suddenly realized enlightenment. He immediately bowed and thanked Chan Master BǎiZhàng and expressed the principles to which he was just awakened. Chan Master BǎiZhàng said, "For now, it's just a three-way intersection." The sutra said, "In order to recognize the meaning of the Buddha nature, you need to contemplate the time, as well as causes and conditions. When the time comes, it is like confused, then suddenly awakened. It is like forgetting, then suddenly remembering. Waking up to the reality that things belong to oneself is not gained from others." Thus, the Patriarch said, "Enlightened is just like not enlightened, no mind and also no Dharma. Simply no mind of empty or false, ordinary or sagely, etc. The original mind and Dharma are originally self-sufficient. You are already as such. You are already as such now. Protect and support yourself well." The next is a different story.
Okay, very good. So this is how Master BǎiZhàng trained help LíngYòu. So remember, ShíDé trained him, taught him, and to the point where now then LíngYòu, Master LíngYòu could not make progress anymore. So he had to be sent to work for BǎiZhàng. Why? To create blessings. Because at DiǎnZuò position, that kitchen manager position, is a lot of headaches. Okay, it's a lot of problems. So he did it very well. So that's why he had the blessings. Okay, he's accruing blessings for the next step. You see, it is so beautiful. You see how the progression here, okay, now it seems it's so wonderful to me to see this progression of this great teacher, how he's preparing, how he was trained, okay, and the break he has, when he no longer could absorb the teaching, ShíDé released him and said, "You go work." Okay, and he worked and worked and worked. Okay, and BǎiZhàng saw the potential in this young monk here, named him a manager so that he can accrue a lot of blessings. And he applied himself, he worked very hard. And one day, BǎiZhàng says, it's time. Okay, so BǎiZhàng called him and says, "My fire, is there anything left in there? Is it put out?" And LíngYòu, Master LíngYòu is a very, very conscientious and hardworking monk. So he went and prodded, he tested, and looked at it thoroughly. And he said, "No, it's nothing left, Master." And BǎiZhàng stood up, okay, went over the ember, "Give me that thing." And he and pulled out some embers. And look at LíngYòu and said, "And you said there's no embers?" Very stern. BǎiZhàng is very stern as a monk. "And you said there's no embers?" At that point in time, BǎiZhàng was awakened. He became enlightened right there on the spot. 顿教. See, that's sudden teaching. It has a sudden enlightenment effect. Okay, so that's why, that's how. So at that point in time, Master LíngYòu became enlightened, and he opened his wisdom, and so later. BǎiZhàng explained him more. I'm not sure what those words mean, because it's too complicated. It refers to the areas that Master LíngYòu still need to work on to solidify his understanding. Okay, so that's why we don't get it. You understand? You try to understand it, we can't, because this is only for LíngYòu, not for us. This is a problem with the scholars. They read it and they say, oh, this is what it means. Nonsense. I won't even try to explain it to you because I don't get it. Okay? Because these words don't mean anything. They only mean something to LíngYòu, no one else. It's a very personal teaching. Personal guidance, just like when he says, check the fire, and LíngYòu came over and looked very carefully and said, Master, there's no more fire, nothing to worry about. I said, what? And he stood up and pulled out some embers. Said, and you said there's no embers? And LíngYòu said, wow, I need someone to point out things that I cannot see, no matter how hard I work. That's enlightenment right there. Unlike you, unlike us. I can figure it out, yes? I can figure it out, I'm smart, yes? I work hard. Still, we all have blind spots. And that's why I say, wow. LíngYòu says, wow, that's it. Okay? I still have blind spots, and he has to point it out to me. I cannot be self-assured. He let go of that, and he became enlightened. That's his remaining problems, his remaining obstruction that ShíDé cannot help, could not help. BǎiZhàng has to help him after he has the blessings. And after that, and then, so of course the Chinese is so Chinese. Okay? It's so Chinese. The Chinese say, "Oh, I got it. I understand now." So explain to BǎiZhàng and say, "Oh, I understand now. Now I see why the world's wonderful. Why the world's like that." And BǎiZhàng says, "What you seeing is nothing yet. It ain't nothing yet, boy. Don't get so excited. You still need a lot of work left. There's still a lot of work left. Right now, you only at the Y, the intersection. Okay? You're only at that point. You're in beginning. You have to choose properly. You choose wrong, you will not open your wisdom. Okay? Yeah, it's a three-way intersection. Okay? You only at the intersection. You only beginning. It's nothing yet. Don't get so excited and write me a poem and tell me what you're thinking. BǎiZhàng is very brutal. There's nothing yet. Okay, pink pause.
Hello. On slide 152.
Yeah, see, I told you, I don't understand. She will insist on, what does it mean? Go ahead. The Koreans are, uncontrollable.
The no mind and also no dharma is capitalized D correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you.
What he's teaching is correct. Okay? Because at that point, LíngYòu only is just cross the door to see different things, to discover different things. So that's why he's saying it's nothing yet. It's nothing. It's not a big deal yet, and you will find out. You're so excited about what you understand right now. Okay. Eventually, 152, you find out that enlightenment is not a big deal to you, because right now it's so new to you. You found it so wonderful, but eventually, you get the state where you wake up tomorrow and say, "Now what? I'm enlightened already. Now what?" It feels like no different from yesterday, okay, after a good night's sleep. So it's like enlightened is just not like enlightened. Okay, Koreans, it's ping pong that's forcing me to say nonsense, okay? Do not buy into this. I'm only wasting time, okay? Because I'm forced to answer you. That's why I'm giving you some nonsense. So later on, you find out that eventually you see that your excitement right now, you're being excited about being enlightened, is really not a big deal. You reach a state where I'm enlightened, so now every day I'm enlightened. Just like before, every day I wasn't enlightened. You still have to live. You still have to eat. You still have to take a shower, hopefully. She's the only person who laughs. It's so sad. So you see, so that's why enlightenment is just like not enlightened. You still have to live. It's no big deal, okay? And you find out it's no mind, so no dharma. You will find that. So don't write me a poem. Don't tell me what you understand. Cut the crap. It's Chinese polite way. Okay? Okay, Korea? 3 fingers now. It's from 5 now down to 3 fingers. Okay, so that's it. Do not ask me more. It's a lot of things the teaching is wonderful, but it's not for us. It's not for you. It's all nonsense. It's because we explain to you and say, oh, I know what Master LíngYòu understood. So, do you know what it means? So you don't go and tell the other scholars and tell everyone else, I know what Master LíngYòu was awakened to eventually. It's something you have to do with yourself. It's not about others. Okay? Because once you do these things, we experience these things, you don't talk about it. The people who talk about these things are the people who don't know it. Because it's a big deal to them. Okay? You become enlightenment is just like not enlightenment, non-enlightenment. It's no big deal anymore. You don't say, oh, mom, did you know I'm enlightened? Now I can save living beings? Now I know what to do? It's all nonsense. Okay? All right. Any final questions? Time is up. Yes, internet. It's typical. When I'm trying to quit internet, I say, no, you can't. Because I think they are on a different time zone as we are. Yes, they don't sleep over there in the Midwest.
May I ask, what is the disadvantage of sitting in full lotus with a cushion?
Disadvantage of sitting in full lotus on a cushion. There's so many disadvantages. I tell you one right now. that comes to mind. Your butt becomes attached to the cushion. Okay? Nothing wrong with it. Okay? If you have the respect for your butt, fine. Anything else? All right. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you next time. Okay, thank you. Okay. Good job, all of you. I'm so happy that we have a chance. This is so much fun, isn't it? Huh? You know, it's too bad we don't have enough time. I think next time we have to repeat, summarize this, because if we continue with his life story, would be like shocking to people without the background, this preparation, and how Master LíngYòu was prepared and was trained and was guided all this all the way. To me, it's fascinating. I never understood it before until tonight. So I'm very grateful. Thank you all. I'm so happy. Yes, you have a quick question? Yes, Orange.
Internet is on or it's off?
Yeah, it's still on. Is it private?
Maybe that's the comment is too long. It's about the...
They can quit anytime. We don't care. Time doesn't matter to us. We have nothing to do.
So what I would like to make a comment is about the Middle Chinese versus the modern Chinese. And because 2 days ago, there was a comment on WeiYang was, some say GuiYang. And because the spoken Chinese language evolved a lot since Tang Dynasty. And for example, Hong Kong, and it's more say, the ancient Chinese, the Middle Chinese is more similar to the modern day Cantonese. And the modern day Mandarin actually has a lot of the Mongol and the Mandarin influence.
That's true.
And
from the Qing dynasty, yes.
Yes, and so actually the pronunciation, for example, the word Hong Kong, and in Mandarin it's pronounced Xianggang. So the consonant has changed, but the character still stays the same. So when
that's what WeiYang, because it's different times.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
See, that makes sense. It sounds like a good explanation.
Thanks.
It's so cool. Yeah, all right. Now you have another excuse. Very good. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Okay, you go have some ice cream now.